Before stepping into Vietnam, I simply saw it as an affordable tropical paradise with palms and beautiful beaches. Our spontaneous decision to move there in 2023 without any plan for short-term living turned into 8 months of exciting adventures and unforgettable places. And in this video I want to share all the most beautiful and interesting destinations that stole my heart. And to immerse yourself in the culture and true Asian life, let's start from the heart of Vietnam, Hanoi. It's the capital of country with a population of about 5.4 million people, located in the north. If you're planning to explore northern Vietnam, Hanoi will be your first arrival point as there is only one international airport. While you have the option to go straight from the airport to your desired destination, I would recommend dedicating a couple of days to explore this city, as it offers its own unique experience. When I found myself in the city, the first thing that catches the eyes is the endless symphony of motorbikes. Here there's a whole motorbike culture, and what amuses me the most is how skillfully Vietnamese people transport anything on their scooter, from some small stuff to big furniture. They even managed to squeeze their entire family of 4 or 5 people onto one scooter. But what's even more endearing is how domestic pets are accustomed to scooters here. The architecture is also quite interesting. Here you can often encounter amusing narrow tall houses called tube houses. This is because in the end of 19th century, due to population growth, it was more economically efficient to build thin but deep houses, since taxes were calculated based on the area of the facade. Therefore, enterprising people opted for this design to pay less while still having enough living space. One of the most unusual places I've been to is a train passing through a very narrow street between houses. There are some cafes where tourists can have a beverage while waiting for the train. I recommend coming at least half an hour early to grab a good spot or booking table in advance. It goes so close that you can literally reach out to train from the window. And of course, there are also some historical landmarks worth visiting, such as Trang Quoc Pagoda, Temple of Literature, and Imperial Citadel of Thanh Long. Next, we are moving to Ha Giang. To be honest, I didn't even know about this place until the locals recommended it. Sapa was more commonly heard of, but Ha Giang is definitely worth a visit. You can get there by renting a vehicle or by bus. It takes about 5-6 hours from Hanoi. We got there by bus, which brings us to a small cozy town, and it was the starting point for the Ha Giang Loop journey with private local driver. And to be honest, it was the most impressive trip for me in Vietnam. I traveled with my jaw dropping, wanted to capture and photograph everything around me. The numerous rocky mountains disappearing into the clouds and the road cutting through these mountains that we traveled on took my breath away. Honestly, at first I was worried and a little scared about the trip because it was my first experience riding a motorcycle, and the road was quite dangerous and windy. But then I got used to it and even started to take a video on the way. We randomly stopped at the most attractive spots and visited some villages and landmarks. But the main point and highlight of this place is Map Hill. Unfortunately, I went during a rainy day, but it was still beautiful. However, Ha Giang not only impressed me with its natural beauty, but also with the ethnic people living here, far from civilization, following their old traditions. Sometimes it feels like you've stepped back several decades into the past. The next destination is the well-known Sapa. From Ha Giang, we traveled there by minibus. Sapa is famous for its incredibly beautiful nature, partly created by humans, and also ethnic groups, among which the most numerous are the Hmong and Red Dao. It also features the highest point in Southeast Asia, called Han Si Pan. It even snows here in winter. But I would recommend visiting during the rice season. We went there in October, so we were a bit late for that. The most famous and easily accessible village from the town is Katkat. This village is more oriented towards tourists, but it's a good opportunity to get to know the Hmong culture. However, the most picturesque place for me was Ilin Ho. This place seems like a picturesque painting come to life, and small houses amid the expansive rice terraces create a scene of rustic beauty that is both tranquil and captivating. After Sapa, we were heading straight to Ninh Binh. The road also takes approximately 6-8 hours by bus. Ninh Binh is often compared to Halong Bay as sort of Halong on land. It's a great option for peacefulness and nature connection. It offers a little more budget-friendly travel option, but is no less beautiful. Ninh Binh can boast with incredibly scenic landscape, with numerous towering limestone formations. Instead of the sea, there are rivers, so there are two options to enjoy the mountains, by water or on land. It also renowned for its caves and historic temples. To explore these beauties, we choose the area called Tranan. This place lets you feel as if you have transformed into Jurassic period, just like in the dinosaurs flying. Going through the caves of the mountains in Tranan is like stepping into a hidden world where you can feel its breath from within. The pagodas harmoniously blend with nature, creating a serene landscape. Additionally, we enjoyed these beauties from height of climbing Hanoi Peak, where a stone-carved dragon is situated at the top, adding a mystical atmosphere. The view here is absolutely breathtaking. After resting in nature, we are moving to the historical part, located in the middle of Vietnam, Hoi An. This place is just 30 minutes away from Da Nang city, so besides the train and bus, there is also the option to get there by plane from Hanoi. Hoi An ancient town is an incredibly magical place where it feels like you've stepped into a living postcard. Untouched by war, Hoi An has preserved its old traditional charm. Once a bustling port city where Vietnamese fishermen and traders lived alongside Japanese and Chinese, who left their mark on the culture and architecture. But the most enchanting spirit of this town comes out at night, when the lanterns light up. The atmosphere becomes incredibly magical. Here we tried an interesting and unusual activity, riding traditional boat called coconut boat or basket boat within the coconut forest. At first it seemed to be a peaceful adventure, but then a man appeared within the forest offering some strange activity that I decided to try. After checking the strength of my vestibular apparatus, we moved to the floating stage where men were singing karaoke. And at the end tried to catch some crabs. They don't let tourists to feel bored at all. As we came to this place, I cannot help but mention a park located on a hill near Da Nang. In my opinion, this place is a bit overrated. However, if you're in Hoi An or Da Nang, it would be a good option to spend a day. In this park, there's not only the Golden Bridge, but also other attractions like the French Village, an amusement area, and other small entertainments. If you're planning to explore Vietnam, I have a detailed guide that can help you with organizing your trip. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.